Labour telling their own Prime Minister that he needs to get his act together, or he might risk losing the actual election. I mean, this is pretty unprecedented stuff, isn't it?
Shock as Labour MPs defect to reform UK. Starmer faces fresh turmoil. You're not going to believe what just happened. In one of the most dramatic twists in British politics this year, several Labour MPs have reportedly defected to reform UK. Yes, while most of the media was focused on Keir Starmer's recent speeches and policy battles, something much bigger was brewing behind closed doors. And now, it's out in the open. This isn't just another headline. This is the kind of move that reshapes the political map overnight. Think about it. Defections don't happen every day. They signal something much deeper. A loss of trust. A fracture inside a party. A sign that behind the smiles and the polished press releases, all is not well within Labour. So, what exactly went down? According to reports breaking just minutes ago, at least a handful of Labour MPs have chosen to cross the floor and align themselves with Reform UK, a party once dismissed as fringe, but now steadily gaining traction in communities across the UK. These MPs, frustrated by what they see as Starmer's lack of clarity on key issues from immigration to the economy to Brexit aftershocks, say they no longer feel Labour speaks for their voters. And here's the kicker. The defections didn't come from the usual backbench rebels you might expect. These are sitting MPs, some of them representing constituencies where Reform UK has been surging in the polls. For Starmer, this isn't just symbolic, it's dangerous. Let's pause for a moment. Starmer's pitch to the nation has always been about stability, unity, and trust. After years of turbulence under Jeremy Corbyn, Starmer promised Labour was back in safe hands, ready to govern. But when MPs start defecting, it raises an unavoidable question. How united is this party, really? And you can bet the Conservatives are watching this with popcorn in hand. For Rishi Sunak, battered by his own crises, a Labour meltdown is political gold. One senior Tory insider was quick to comment, saying, if Labour can't even keep its MPs loyal, how can they keep the country together? But the bigger winner here is Reform UK. Nigel Farage may not be leading the party day to day, but his fingerprints are everywhere. Reform's messaging, tough on borders, tough on energy policy, anti-establishment to the core, has clearly struck a chord. And with sitting MPs now willing to jump ship, the party suddenly looks a lot less like a protest movement and a lot more like a serious challenger. Social media has been on fire since the news broke. One Twitter user wrote, "This is why people are leaving Labour. They talk one way in Westminster, but ignore us on the ground." Another posted, "Reform is the only party listening to working people." Starmer's Labour has lost touch. But not everyone is convinced. Critics say the defecting MPs are opportunists, chasing attention as the general election looms. One Labour supporter commented, "This isn't about principles, it's about careers. They know they might lose their seats, so they're gambling on reform." Meanwhile, Labour HQ is scrambling. Starmer has reportedly called an urgent meeting with senior advisers, determined to stop the bleeding before more MPs follow suit. A party source told journalists, "Keir is furious. This blindsided him. He's determined to show strong leadership in the next 48 hours." But let's be real, the optics are already bad. In politics, perception is everything. And right now, the perception is that Labour isn't as bulletproof as it claimed to be. The defections don't just give Reform UK momentum, they give voters permission to look elsewhere. And once that door is open, it's hard to shut. Think back to history. Defections have often marked turning points in British politics. Remember when Conservative MPs joined the SDP in the 1980s? That single move shook up the political landscape for years. Could this moment be the start of something similar? Some analysts are already asking that very question. So, where does this leave us? For Keir Starmer, it's damage control mode. Expect a flurry of speeches, interviews, and promises to listen to the people. Expect Labour to tighten its grip on MPs, trying to prevent any more from walking out. For Reform UK, it's a breakthrough moment. They can now point to real parliamentary representation, proof they're no longer just shouting from the sidelines. And for the voters, well, this is where it gets interesting. The general election is not far off. Every defection, every headline, every shift in the polls matters more than ever. If Reform can position itself as the true alternative to a struggling Conservative government and a divided Labour opposition, the 2025 ballot box could deliver shocks nobody saw coming. And here's the real question. If Labour MPs are willing to defect now, before an election, how many more might be tempted if Reform's popularity keeps rising? Because sometimes, one small crack is all it takes for the whole wall to come tumbling down. So stay tuned. The fallout from this is only just beginning. And the question remains, is this the start of a reform surge, or just another bump in Starmer's road?